Welcome to making an Antarctic Lapbook. In this video we're going to go through how we've made it using Twinkl sheets and give you lots of ideas. So you want to start by getting all of your resources. So we're downloading some from the Twinkl website, starting with the Penguin's Lapbook. These pockets are really helpful for using in your lapbook, as well as many other activities we can get, such as the penguin matching activity and colouring sheets. We're also searching for penguins to then look at any other resources we might like that we might not have already got in our lapbook pack or in our Antarctica challenge. So we've got labelling and a spinner. If you want to make extra room for these sheets, you can always download them and then print off either 2 or 4 per page. Once you've got everything downloaded and printed, you're ready to get started making. You'll need a wallet, all of the printed sheets you've got ready to go, and again these might be different sizes depending on how you want to use them in your lapbook. We've also got some scissors, glue, some sticky tack, a split pin, a stapler, some colouring pens and pencils, and just some plain paper to use. To start your lapbook, you want to get your A4 file and move out the tabs on either side of the file. You then want to cut these tabs off on either side so that you make a wallet that you can open with your card. This gives you a sturdy wallet that you can open and fill with all of your wonderful resources. You then want to cut out all of the resources you've got ready to go. You might like to get your child to cut these out, or you might like to do it along the way. It is entirely up to you how you cut these out and when you want to do it. The next step is we're making a few extra resources for our lapbook. So I'm going to make a small notebook for a cut and stick activity. So I've got the cards so I can see how big the book needs to be, and then I've drawn around the shape of the book. I'm then adding an extra margin where I'm going to staple it to hold the book together. So I've got lots of blank sheets which I can staple together to make a small booklet to use in my lapbook for my cut and stick. I'm also going to do the same with the colouring sheets. So I printed out the colouring sheets 4 per page, and then I've put them together in a sketchbook style, so I'm stapling that together to make a lovely colouring book that we can use in our lapbook so we can colour in the different sections. Again, you might like to complete these before you stick it in the lapbook rather than after. Another idea is printing out some of the presentations, so we've printed out lots of these on a page to make it a bit smaller to fit in, and then we've got a small little book that we've stapled together with blank space on the other side so we could write different notes, or we could write some of our key words we've found and what they mean. Our final part of our adventure is getting our map of Antarctica. So we're going to glue this together so we've got a really big map to use throughout our adventure, so we can make a note of where we've been and what places, as well as all the labels to go with that. Once you've got all of your resources ready, again, you might like to do this before, or you might like to do this during, or you might like to do it after. We're then going to put our lapbook together. We're going to start by making some pockets to put things in our lapbook, and these can be really, really useful. So to make the pockets, all you need to do is fold over the tabs on each of the side of your pocket or envelope, and then you can decide where you want it. You then just need to put some glue on those tabs and then glue it down so it stays in place to hold in your things. Do exactly the same with any other pockets you might have got. You might want to use envelopes from home, or again use some of the Twinkl pockets. So we are folding all the tabs on our pockets down to then make a lovely pocket to use for our resources in our lapbook. When you've got everything ready, you can then get your A4 file you've made and decide where everything's going to go in your lapbook. We can do this as we're going along because I'm going to get it ready at the start of our Antarctic adventure. You might like to do this towards the end of your adventure to keep it as a record, or you might want to complete it as you're going along. So we're just laying out where all our resources are going to go and how they might fit. I'm also going to put pockets down for the ones that need pockets and any additional resources that I'm going to put in them. Now that's ready, I can start to glue everything down that needs gluing down. We're also using sticky tack for some of the labels for our resources, so that as we're going along on our adventure, we can do these and everything's to hand, and we can put the labels straight on the picture. And it's a really easy way then of keeping track of all smaller labels, and also lets your child use them again and again. For our cut and stick activity, I've used one of the pockets, and then I'm putting all the cut and stick activities in that pocket, so ready to go. We've got a lovely Antarctica passport to track our adventure. So for all the study stamps that are going to go in our passport, I've put some sticky tack on those again so that we can stick those on as we go and I don't lose them, and they're very easy to keep track of the different areas we have studied. So that's another brilliant thing to keep in a pocket in our lapbook. We've also got this spinner showing the life cycle of an emperor penguin. So to do that, we're simply going to put a split pin through and fold the split pin, and then use some sticky tape to hold the spinner in place so that it spins easily when stuck in our lapbook, and is another great resource for my child to explore and play with. Now that's complete, I'm going to shut my lapbook, and then I've got my map of Antarctica. And I actually was quite excited about this map, and because it's so big, I didn't want to fold it up, so I'm actually going to stick it on the back of our lapbook. And it's a really lovely big visual resource to be able to see and track where we've been in Antarctica. So let's have a quick look of everything we've put in our lapbook. So we've got our Antarctica passport, we've got our letters, we've got our cut and stick, we've got our colouring sheets, we've got our spinner, we've got our writing frame from our Antarctica adventure. So as we go through, we can record our progress and write things down, and then that's easy to hand so we can take that in and out as we go along. We've got all our labels for our penguin, which are sticky tacked down so we can use those. We've got a lovely book, and we've got a zigzag book as well on a penguin, and our map of Antarctica on the back. We hope you have as much fun making a lapbook as us,